us and hosting us as UNA. You are one of our first stops to make sure that we actually come and say thank you for being one of our greatest supporter in UNA. You have always been our champion on our issues, and we really, really appreciate that. Yes. We come here today with some issues that we hope that you'll help us work through. The diaspora, of course, you have been there during the UNA conventions, and you see how sometimes they come to you with questions regarding what's going on in Uganda. The hottest issue is they want to be involved in the electoral process, meaning they also are asking to vote, which we also know may not happen in the upcoming elections, but we need it to be considered.
You know, on the diaspora voting, we've just completed the law, and we've very, very nearly made it. Actually, we had convinced the Minister of Justice to come with the amendment, but after he had brought it to me, after about 20 minutes, he withdrew it and said, you know, I've not consulted. But we almost, if he hadn't done that, I think we had already made it. But I think we are going to continue working on it to make sure that the rights of the Ugandans living abroad can be taken into account.
Some of the other issues that we have is renewal of passports and applying of passports. With the new immigration law, it has actually affected us greatly, that we now cannot just send our passports in for renewal. We have to now travel to Washington from the various states because we have to do fingerprinting. So we would love the embassies to come to us and actually bring the services to people rather than having them pay $1,000 plus to travel to just have a passport renewed.
I think it's because we only had a few machines, and we had said we put one in the Nordic, another one in the UK, another one in Washington. But I think it's a matter we could also talk to the minister about to see that they can increase the coverage. Definitely, of course, the USA, it's a big state, a big continent, so moving from one place to another can be problematic. We'll inform the minister and see what can be done about it.
The other issue is also the land grabbing issues. I have had a lot of people come to me with concerns that they feel their property is not safe back home. So we are asking you to help us through your diaspora desk to see that they can actually help protect the diasporan investments.
It's an issue that also worries us because it's like an epidemic. But I think we shall continue speaking against it and see whether we can one day come to some settlement. But there's a lot of impunity in this country. There are people who think that they're entitled to everything in the country, and they just trample over the rights of the small people. But we shall continue talking about it and seeing that we improve the governance around land.
People have investments here. They are doing banking, but with the new systems whereby we use Ndagamuntu, if you don't have Ndagamuntu, people are not being given access to their bank accounts. And that kind of has caused some mistrust, and they really need a reassurance.
You missed our debate yesterday, but a very lengthy debate on this one, the third in almost as many months. And one of the things I finally asked the minister is that they should relax the use of national IDs for getting service. Because there are people, for instance, the very old, those who did not get IDs cannot get the 25,000 shillings, which they are expected every month. In the health centers, those who don't have the ID cannot get served. Passports have not been accepted. So I told the minister, I think our presumption when we were making the law was that maybe in a year, everybody who's eligible would have got a national ID. But this hasn't happened, and it's 5 years. So I told him that I think you need to consider relaxing these conditions so that the passport or another identification can be used so that people are able to. So I'm hoping that he'll come back to us probably by next week, tell us they were going to meet with the Attorney General over this issue because it is in the law. but they can make an exception so that people are not injured by the failure to have the national IDs.
UNA pledged 1 million Ugandan shillings to Busoga Education Initiative, and I come here today to officially bring that money. Yes.
Ambassador Kalibala, who has done a great job. She has, and her team, they have improved on the standard of some of our worst schools.
Yes.
She said they had some good results.
That is true. And in addition to that, I've been added to a chat group by Ambassador Kalibala. Currently, they have a school that is really in bad state. I think it's Kalagala Primary School. As a daughter of Busoga, when I looked at the photos that were sent of that school, it brought tears to my eyes. I am pledging an additional 1 million Ugandan shillings from my own money to help rebuild that school. Yes. I also want to take a moment to thank you for promoting education in Busoga, because that is an issue that's dear to me. Currently in UNA, I'm working with Arizona State University to help UNA members actually get scholarships and apply to the university. And when it comes to education, I don't know if there is anything else that can help us rebuild this nation. So thank you so much.